Hello students, today we are going to see the next unit, that is nothing but the template and exception handling. So first I have provided all the PPTs related with the template. I have uploaded all the PPTs on your classroom, so just go through it. So today we are going to see some of the examples related with the template. So first, what is mean by the template? So templates are the foundation of generic programming, which involves writing code in a way that it is independent of any particular type. So template, in short, template is a blueprint or formula for creating a generic class or a function. So just take one example to understand the template. What is mean by template is, suppose you want to withdraw some amount from bank. So what we do is that there is one slip available to withdraw money. So some basic information we have to put as like your name, then account number, some amount, then we have to make a signature, we have to mention the date. So all this basic information we are just writing on that slip and we are submitting it. So similarly, suppose suppose bank is not providing such slips and every person has to write all this information by their own way. So it will be, or every customer will write the same information in a different way. So it will not be feasible for anyone to know how what information they have mentioned in that particular form. So to make the things easy, bank is providing us a simple form and every customer has to fill the same form in a same way. So similarly, in case of the programming, so to give generic form to your program, we are using the templates in C++. So in short, by using the template, we are making our program more generalized in the sense more common, so that it can be used for different purposes, right? So there are two types for the template. First one is the function template and second one is the class template. So let's start, or let's see one example for it. Suppose we'll do one program. Suppose I want to find bigger values from two integer values. Okay, so two integer values are there, and from that two integer values I want to find which is the bigger value. So we'll write first simple program to find this bigger value or highest value without using the template. Okay, so first I will include hash include iostream dot h, then hash include conio dot h. Okay, then I will write one function here as an integer big, and I will pass some two values here, integer a comma integer b. Okay, then I'll write here if suppose a is greater than b, then return the value of a, otherwise else return b. Okay, now close the function. Then what we'll write, integer main. In main we will print this cout. Okay, so I'll write one message, bigger value is, and directly I'll mention the name of the function big. To this function I'll write, I will pass two values. Okay, get ch, simple program we are making, and return 0. So this is the simple program to find the bigger value from two integer values. So without using template, I am first telling you, then so that you can understood. So so we are getting the value, bigger value is 8. Okay, so from 5 and 8, the biggest value is 8. Now suppose I want to find bigger values of two float or two double values. Okay, so here we have provided two integer values as a 5 and 8. So instead of 5 and 8, suppose I want to find the bigger value as 5 from 5.8 and suppose 8.0. So from these two values, suppose I want to find the biggest value. So what I have to write? Again, I have to write the same function as like a integer big. So again, I have to write the next function as a double big. The same code I have to mention as a integer a, integer b. If a is greater than b, then return a. Same code as like this I have to mention over here. So in short, what we have to do for every changing value or every type change, we have to mention one more function, right? So for integer we have to write one function, for float values we have to write the next function, for double values we have to write again one function. So instead of just providing number of functions for the same logic or same code, what we can do, we can make it as a generalized function. Okay, so that we can do by using templates. Okay, so let's see how the templates are being used. So templates, as I told you, it will make your program as a more generalized. So instead of writing all the codes differently, if you want to make one function as a generalized one, then it will be better to use it by using the template. So how the templates are used? It is very simple. We have to, the program will remain same. Okay, so just we have to write here as a template keyword, and then in that we have to mention as a class and x or any variable. X will be your type, and it will be more general, or it will, this x will make your function as a more generalized function. Okay, so template keyword, then class keyword and x. So x will be a type. With the help of x, the function will become more generalized. Now we have to also remove this integer, because integer will have the same, or will be a more specific, means it will return only integer values, but we have to make the same function for double also and float also. So instead of integer, just mention here as a x big, then instead of integer, suppose x, and again can mention here as a x. Okay, so this will be your more generalized function. So what I will write here, first the first 5 and 8. Again I will enter one more values over here. Bigger value is, again same function, big 7.8 f comma 7 8.9 f. Okay, so let's compile the program, compile, and then run. Okay, so you can see here bigger value is 8 for the first input, and for the second input bigger value is 8.9, right? So bigger value is 8, and for the second 8.9, it is getting repeated because I have not used a clear screen. So for me, first I will clear it, clear screen. Also here I will include int l, so that you will understood. So compile and run. Okay, now you can see here bigger value is 8, and for the second input bigger value is 8.9. So we have used the same function for finding the bigger values of integer as well as the float values. Am I clear? So it is nothing but the template. It is very simple. What we have done, we have first written a simple program or simple function for integer value, but we have to make it as a more generalized format, so that we can use we have to use a template for it. So template is, the syntax for the template is template class and x. X will be your type of the template, and it will make your template more generalized. So x, then big is the name of your function. So there is no need, or we should not include any specific data type, that is integer, float, likewise. So this will be the example of the template. Suppose you want to make, or we can include number of templates or number of type for the x over here. So if one suppose here in the output one value is integer and other value is double or the float, for example, for in case of the instead of 5 and 8, suppose I will enter it as a 5.9 float and 8.7 float. Okay, sorry, only 8, it will be only 8. So what is the value? 5.9 f and 8. So one value is float value and second value is integer value. Whatever program we have written, so that will be for only for one x, that is nothing but one type, means it will return any one type for a particular function. So in earlier we are having 5 and 8, but now we are having 5.9 f and 8, means two different types we have included in a single function. So such programs also we can do. Let's see, first compile it. So it is giving error, could not find a match for big, float and integer, because as it is of any one type and we are having two different values over here. So what we can do, we can include two types over here also instead of one. So instead of class x, I can include one more class over here. So class x1, so that I can do over here. So xa and x1b, what is the meaning of it is that xa and x1b, so xa, it will be for class x and x1b, it will be for the class x1. Okay, so that is applicable for here. So let's compile. So error has gone, and see the output 8 and 8.9. So we are having this one value, so I will make it as a 10.9. So we are getting 10.9 and 8.9. So what we have done, 10.9 is of float value and 8 is an integer value. Still we can run the same program. So we can include number of template functions in a single template and to make it as a more generalized format. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is mean by the template. For any query you can drop me a message. Okay, other things are explained in PPT, just go through it. Okay, thank you.